with ginger hair, blue eyes, and dressed in pink, I would have no idea. Because the only information I get here is that the man has hair, that he has eyes, and that he's not naked, basically. So the reason why I wanted to sense color was not because I wanted to change my sight. I didn't want to change my grayscale vision because I have many advantages. I have better night vision. I can see longer distances. I can memorize shapes more easily. I can detect camouflages more easily as well, and photocopies are cheaper in black and white. So I didn't want to change my sight, but I wanted to have a sense of color. I'm a pianist, so when I was learning music, music composition, I learned that there's been many theories relating color and sound. I really like Isaac Newton's theory, and I wanted to take these theories into practice, how color and sound are both frequencies. So there is a relationship between color and sound because they're both frequencies. Light frequency and a sound. Sound is an audio frequency. So we created the prototype in 2003, which basically allowed me to hear the light frequencies around me. It was a software that allowed me to hear the note of the light frequency of the colors around me. So I started memorizing the sounds of the colors around me until I was able to sense 360 different microtones in this way. So these are frequencies that are going from red to orange. So depending on the sound that I was hearing, I memorized the name that you give to red or blue. And then I was able to distinguish all the colors around me without using my sight, only by hearing it. Then I realized that there's many more colors that exist that go beyond the visual spectrum. So in 2008, I decided to include infrareds and ultraviolets. So since then, I was suddenly able to perceive more colors than you. Going around the street, I could tell if the ultraviolet was high or low, so I can detect if it's a good day or a bad day to sunbathe. So if you feel the high levels, then I put some cream, or I just avoid the sun. Also, infrared allows me to know if there's movement detectors in a room, so I can go to a shop and tell if the alarms are on or off, or in a bank, and in many cases they are off. So it's good to know that some of these movement detectors are not working. So my aim is to continuously extend my perception of color beyond the infrareds and ultraviolets. I didn't want to use technology, and I didn't want to wear technology. I wanted to become technology. So I wanted to create a new sensory organ. I was not interested in using it as a tool, and I was not interested in creating a wearable. I wanted to have a new organ, a new sensory organ. So first I thought of having a third eye implanted in my forehead, but this would limit my color perception to what I have in front. So later I thought that the best option would be to create a new organ entirely, which would be an antenna. So I designed an antenna that allowed me to feel the color via vibrations inside the skull. So the antenna was basically like this, with a chip inside that vibrates depending on the light frequency around me. So when the antenna was finally designed, I went to the doctor and I said I wanted an antenna implant. And he said, sorry, we don't do this here. If you want to have an antenna implanted, you'll have to convince a bioethical committee. So I presented the surgery to a bioethical committee, and they said it was not ethical to have this antenna implanted in my head because it's not a pre-existing sense, it's not a pre-existing body part, and they were very worried about the image the hospital would have if someone came up with an antenna sticking out of the head. So they said, don't do the surgery. But even though I found the doctor willing to do the surgery anonymously, and we did the surgery, so this is my head facing down, the chip was implanted inside my skull. There's also 2 other implants to hold the structure of the antenna, and we decided to add a 4th implant, which is Bluetooth connection, which allows me to connect to the internet. So I use the Bluetooth only for internet connection, and then I can receive colors from external devices. The antenna took 2 months to merge with my brain, with my skull, so now this is part of my skeleton. So I'm officially taller now. This is part of my body, so I had to get used to the new height as well. The internet connection, I have people that have permission to send colors to my head. They can use their mobile phone and then they can stream live images directly to my head. So I could be here, but I could suddenly be receiving colors from Australia, from a sunset. So I could be here and suddenly be sensing the colors of a sunset in Australia. Also, if they send colors at night, they either wake me up if I'm sleeping, or they can color my dreams. Sometimes the colors that they send when I'm asleep suddenly merge with my dreams. So my friends can actually color my dreams or alter my dreams, because if they start sending yellow, maybe suddenly a banana appears in my dreams. So this is a way of using the internet as a sense, which is something I think we'll start seeing much more in the 2020s, and how we'll see the internet of the senses, how the internet is also used as a sensory extension. I had a problem in 2004 with the UK government, because they said there was a problem with my picture. They said that there's a law that said electronic agreement is not allowed with passport photos. So they said that I had to remove the antenna from the picture. And I said, this is not an electronic agreement. This is a body part, an extension of my senses. I am a cyborg, I told them. And cyborg really defines, because it's a merge between cybernetics and organism. So I felt that this was a word that really defined me. They said no. So it became a small battle with the UK government trying to insist that this should be allowed in my picture. In the end, they said yes, so I appeared with the first prototype in 2004, and then when the antenna was implanted, the picture was changed. This allowed me to travel freely around airports. I'm now in conversations with the Swedish government, because all the materials that I used to create the antenna are Swedish, so I'm telling them that I am Swedish, so I think that I should be entitled to apply for Swedish citizenship. Now there's only these reasons. I think there should be a sixth point that says, if you have a Swedish body part, you are entitled to apply for Swedish citizenship.
Okay, so Neil and I chat with friends, we know each other since we are 8 years old. So since the beginning, we've been talking about how different we experience the world. And since he was experiencing it in new senses, I also wanted to bring this in my own world. And I was studying dance movement, and I wanted to perceive movement in a different way. And I did different projects, and the first project I did, it was kind of a speed detector. So I made like a box that I would point at people, and I would say the speed of the people walking in front of me. But that wasn't that good enough, because I had to point at people, and I didn't want to use technology. I didn't want to have a new tool. I wanted to have a new sense, a new body part. I knew this. So in order to do that, I transformed this cloth into a pair of lyrics. So every time someone was walking from right to left, I would feel a vibration in the right ear and then on the left ear. And depending on the interval of each vibration, I would know the speed of the people walking in front of me. So I felt like the speed sense. After wearing this for a while, I decided to turn around my earrings, and that allowed me to feel presence behind me. So this opened up my experience of the space. Actually, this is a sense that we give to cars. Cars can notice there's another part behind them, but actually we humans, we don't have these senses behind our bodies. All our senses are very focused in front of our bodies. So this really changed your experience of your surrounding and how you walk through cities. And maybe new sports would develop if you could feel what we had behind. But after wearing this for a while, I wanted to perceive a more universal movement. A movement didn't depend on objects or people. So I thought, if I would be alone in the band, how could I perceive movement? And I realized the Earth is constantly moving, not only rotates, but it shakes every day through earthquakes. The Earth is constantly moving, but most of the time we don't feel it. So I thought it would be fascinating to be connected to this huge movement, but almost imperceptible. So now I have an implant on my feet that is connected to all my seismographs and allows me to feel the seismic activity of the planet. So now I'm here in Leiden, but if there's an earthquake in Japan, or in California, or in Greece, I would feel the vibration inside my body. So I call this the seismic sense, the sense of feeling the seismic activity of the planet. And depending on the intensity of each earthquake, the vibration I feel is more strong or less strong. So at the beginning I had to get used to feel all these vibrations constantly. So in the middle of the night I would also wake up if there was a big earthquake, but now I'm used to it. And after wearing it for so long, feeling earthquakes for so long, now maybe a good way to describe it is I feel like I have two heartbeats, like my own and the earthbeat moving in its own rhythm inside my body. So Neil and I see this the extension of these new senses as an art. So we feel that artists no longer need to use technology as a tool. We can use technology as part of our body to change our experience and create new senses to this. So we see that my artwork is the seismic sense, the sense of feeling earthquake. But it's an artwork that happens inside the artist. So and also my own audience, the audience of my own art. So in order to share what we feel, we create external artwork. So inside our artwork is there's like two parts. One of the creation of the new sense that happens inside the artist, and then how we transmit our own sensation.
Growing numbers of people experiencing
Today, Surf Industry signed a new historic military deal.
I know that they are creating mass quantities of military-grade lentitions. I've seen tested on them, and it's very scary types of alternations.
They want to systematically turn us into machines and pump us full of their drugs.
You have to take Numerixy, one of the most dangerous and addictive drugs that exists in the world today.
You have to take this drug for the rest of your life. If you don't, your body will reject your augmentations. It's a drug that's priced so high that we're now seeing cases of high-profile people who are now out on the streets. They are begging for drugs. They'll have their technology in your body. They could have the power to turn off your limbs, the potential to turn off your eyes. They'll be able to send messages to your brain and control your thoughts as if they have the power of God.